There is a moment, usually somewhere between clicking Add to Cart and entering your payment details, when the certainty you felt 30 seconds ago begins to shift. You did not make a decision. You executed a script, a sequence of emotional triggers that marketers have spent decades engineering into the precise shape of rational choice. The Stoics had a name for this state. They called it pathe, a passion, a disturbance of the soul that bypasses reason and wears its face. And the frightening part is this: you cannot tell the difference from inside. A good pathe feels exactly like a good decision. That is by design. 2,000 years ago, 3 philosophers built a test for this. Not a lifestyle, not a philosophy. A test. 4 questions that can be asked in the 30 seconds between wanting something and buying it. I am going to give you all 4 today, and I am going to give you the reasoning behind each one. Because a rule without understanding is fragile. Understanding is what makes it last. Before the questions, you need to understand what they are designed to fix. The Stoics, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, diagnosed the root cause of almost every financial mistake a person makes. It is not ignorance, it is not greed, it is unexamined desire. Epictetus built his philosophy around what he called the dichotomy of control. Some things are in our power: our judgments, our values, our choices. Other things are not: what the market does, what others own, what the world places in front of us. The expensive mistake, the one that repeats itself across a lifetime, is when we let the second category drive the first. The modern economy is designed to exploit this. Its entire apparatus, advertising, pricing psychology, social comparison, artificial scarcity, countdown timers, is engineered to generate desires you did not choose and then charge you to relieve them. Most people, most of the time, are not spending their money. They are spending their reactions. The 4 questions interrupt the reaction. They create what Marcus Aurelius called the space between stimulus and response. In that space, consistently entered and honestly used, is where financial discipline is actually built. None of these questions require willpower. Willpower depletes. They require only a few seconds of honest attention, which is the Stoic efficiency. The whole discipline lives inside the pause. The first question is the sharpest instrument in the kit. It is also the one most people resist, because it is the one most likely to end the purchase. Is this necessary or merely desired? Not, do I want this? You already know you want it. The question is, where did the wanting come from? Epictetus taught his students a practice he called prohairesis, the faculty of choosing your own values rather than inheriting them from the crowd. Every desire, he argued, needs to be examined before it is acted on, because most desires are not yours. They are desires that happen to you, installed by the culture, the advertisement, the conversation you had last week, the thing a colleague casually mentioned they owned. Think about how this operates in practice. You were not thinking about a new watch on Tuesday. Then you saw one on someone you respect, on a screen, in a magazine, on a wrist across the conference table. Now, 3 days later, you want a watch. Where did the wanting begin? It began with the gap that was opened between what you have and what exists. That feeling of gap is the product being sold. The watch is incidental. The advertising industry's entire purpose is to manufacture this gap, to create absence out of contentment, to take something you were not missing and make you feel its lack, and then sell you the relief. Epictetus's question, necessary or merely desired, forces the manufactured want into daylight. Exposed, it usually loses its power. You realize you are not choosing, you are being chosen, and the Stoic, above everything else, insists on choosing. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth. He could have built monuments. He could have remade Rome in his own image. He chose rough wool, a hard campaign bed and a private journal he never intended anyone to read. In that journal, he wrote something that cuts across 20 centuries without losing any of its edge. It never ceases to amaze him that we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Second question, who am I really buying this for? This is the social signaling question, and it is the most uncomfortable of the four when answered honestly, because the honest answer for a significant percentage of most people's spending is not for me. It is for the version of me I want others to see. The car that is one trim level above what you need. The suit more expensive than the occasion demands. The kitchen renovation that felt urgent only after the dinner party started. The vacation photographed from every angle for an audience that spent 8 seconds on it before scrolling on. This is not a moral verdict. It is a financial observation. Every dollar spent to manage someone else's perception of you is a dollar that does not compound. It does not grow. It does not protect you in a downturn. It is spent on performance, and performance has no balance sheet. The genuinely wealthy, not the performatively wealthy, largely stopped buying for audiences a long time ago. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. That is not deprivation. That is freedom from a very specific and very expensive form of fear. When you ask, who am I buying this for? And the honest answer is for the impression it creates, stop. That is a purchase from insecurity. And insecurity is among the most expensive emotional states a person can sustain over a lifetime. Seneca wrote a letter in the final years of his life that contains what I consider the most useful financial sentence the ancient world produced. Omnia aliena sunt, tempus tantum nostrum est. Everything is alien to us. Time alone is ours. Third question, will this serve me or will I serve it? Every possession carries an invoice that does not appear at the point of sale. The purchase price is the beginning, not the total. What also costs you is the time required to learn it, maintain it, insure it, protect it, worry about it, upgrade it, feel guilty about not using it, store it, and eventually dispose of it. None of those costs appear on the receipt. They are charged later, in hours. Consider the rental property. On paper, it is an asset. In practice, it generates calls from property managers at inconvenient hours, a maintenance schedule, a tax filing complication, and a low-level anxiety that activates every time the tenant is late or the roof needs attention. For some investors, the net return, financial and otherwise, is strongly positive. For others, they discover they are working for the property rather than the property working for them. This distinction, does the thing expand your freedom or constrain it, is Seneca's test applied to the 21st century. Seneca measured a rich life not by possessions, but by the ledger of free time. What can I do today that I choose to do? Anything that answers that question well is wealth. Anything that narrows the options is, in his accounting, a form of poverty, regardless of its market value. Before any significant purchase, ask, what will I surrender in time, attention, flexibility, cognitive space to own this? And is what I receive worth more than what I give up? Sometimes the answer is emphatically yes. A reliable vehicle that saves 90 minutes of commuting per day serves you. A sophisticated piece of equipment you use for a month before it gathers dust, you are serving it. The tragedy is not the money, it is the hours. This is the hardest of the 4 questions to answer honestly, because fear is the most skilled impersonator in the human emotional repertoire. Am I buying this from strength or from fear? Fear-based spending presents itself as opportunity recognition. It presents itself as prudent preparation or earned reward or professional necessity. It wears the face of confidence. It feels from inside like a decision made from abundance. Here is a simple diagnostic. A purchase from strength can wait 24 hours without losing anything. You examine it, delay it, sleep on it, and the case for it either holds or improves. A purchase from fear cannot wait. It has a countdown timer. Only 3 left in stock. Your peers will have this, and the quiet voice underneath all of it. Without this thing, you are somehow behind. In your career, your social standing, your own story of yourself. The retail industry is a masterclass in manufacturing urgency. Flash sales end at midnight. Limited editions create artificial scarcity. New models are announced months before the current one becomes inadequate, planting obsolescence anxiety well in advance. Seneca said it plainly. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. Epictetus's answer to manufactured urgency was absolute. True freedom is the ability to say, I do not need to decide on your timeline. I am not governed by the countdown. I will act when my reason tells me it is right, not when the marketing department does. The 4-question test creates the pause by design. 2 minutes of honest attention is enough for most fear-generated urgency to reveal itself as theater. The item is almost always available tomorrow. And if it is not, if you genuinely miss the window, you will discover within 48 hours that you do not miss it the way you expected to, because it was never really about the thing, it was about the fear. Now, let us talk about what this test produces over a lifetime. Applying 4 questions before a purchase takes at most 2 minutes. In return, it filters out decisions driven by manufactured desire, social performance, hidden time costs, or engineered fear. A conservative estimate for the average professional, this test prevents 2 to 3 regret purchases per month. At an average of $250 per incident, that is $500 to $750 a month retained. Roughly $7,000 a year that does not evaporate on decisions you would not have made if you had waited 20 minutes. Invested in a broad index fund at the historical long-run average of 8% per year, $7,000 saved annually becomes roughly $100,000 in 10 years, and $320,000 in 20 years. That is not the return on a brilliant trade. That is the return on 4 questions. Marcus Aurelius did not have a compound interest calculator, but he understood the arithmetic of repeated decisions completely. He wrote that the quality of your choices, compounded across a lifetime, determines the quality of your life, not your starting capital, not your income, not your connections or your timing. Your choices, repeated. This is why the genuinely wealthy accumulate across generations, while lottery winners are statistically broke within 5 years. Wealth is not primarily a financial condition, it is a decision-making condition, and the Stoics built the most durable decision-making framework in human history. Without behavioral economics, without financial advisors, without spreadsheets. They built it by paying close, honest attention to what they were doing and why. The 4 questions are not a restrictive system. They will not make you ascetic. They will not stop you from spending on what genuinely serves your life. What they will do is insert a pause between the stimulus and the response. The pause that the modern commercial environment works very hard to eliminate. In that pause lives the difference between the person money works for and the person who works for money. Is this necessary or merely desired? Who am I really buying this for? Will this serve me or will I serve it? Am I buying from strength or from fear? Marcus Aurelius called this practice prososh, attention to oneself, not self-obsession, attention. The discipline of noticing what you are doing and why before the moment has passed and the decision is made. The examined life and the wealthy life are not opposites. Every unnecessary purchase is an unexamined moment. Every unexamined moment is a quiet withdrawal from the account of your future self. 4 questions. 30 seconds. A discipline that compounds. Subscribe to Disciplined Wealth if this way of thinking about money is useful to you. Ancient wisdom, modern money. I will see you in the next one.